Truth be told, every champion has felt it. Every president has felt it. Every king has felt it. Every lion has felt it. Every winner has felt it. Every soldier has felt it. Every victorious person has felt it. The urge to quit. Don't you give up on your dream. I don't care if you don't have the money, you don't have the help, and you don't have the family for it, and you don't have the background for it, and you don't have the friends for it. Don't you give up on your dream. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. It may take you twice as long. You may have to take courses and classes. You may not read as fast. You might not move as quick. You might not have as much. But don't you quit. Don't you quit. You do make a difference. You do make a difference. You do make a difference. As weak as you are, as tired as you are, as many mistakes as you made, you do make a difference. There is something they would lose if you were not there. There was something that they would miss if you were not there. You do make a difference.
Guys, it is true. I can say, without a doubt, there's been times where I wanted to quit. There's been times where I wanted to give up. There's been times where I wanted to take my own life. Not proud of it. To some people, that's the easy way out. Sometimes we come across that point where we feel that, what's the point? Why keep trying? Why keep pushing if everything around you just keeps falling apart no matter what you do? But in life, we come across so many other people that are going through the same thing, or have gone through the same thing, or are even in the same situation that you're going through, and even worse, and they're still dealing with it. And they're still moving on. And even though things are falling apart, they're doing what they have to do. Guys, the title of this video is The Underdog. And the reason why is because an underdog is someone that no one believes that can win. No one believes that will be able to triumph because of whatever obstacles this person has. It's funny, I spend most of my life watching the Rocky movies by Sylvester Stallone. Movie that I love watching because it's a normal guy who has all kinds of adversities that are holding him back, and even though he has all these issues, he found a niche. He found that boxing was his thing to do, even though he felt that it wasn't the smartest thing to do, but it's all that he had to do. A guy who obviously couldn't even speak right, was made fun of a bunch of people, started working as an enforcer for basically a loan sharker. If you remember the movie correctly, his trainer was a pain with him because he believed in him. He thought that he can actually box, that he would be able to become one of the great ones, but he was wasting his time doing these things on the side that were not going to get him anywhere. But it's what he thought is what he thought it was the only thing he can do, so he did it to the best of his ability. But the opportunity came. If you remember when Apollo was sitting there looking through the books, trying to figure out who can he pick that would actually be the person he's going to give the opportunity to make a name for himself by just boxing with him. Only Apollo didn't know that, this guy that he actually picked out of nowhere, it wasn't a coincidence. It was his chance. It was his opportunity to show himself that he can that he can go the distance. Because if you remember, when he laid down next to Adrian, he said that he didn't think he was going to be able to do it, but all he wanted to do was to be able to go the distance with Apollo, because no one has done it. He didn't so much cared for winning. He just wanted to go the distance. And that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been trying to do. I'm trying to go the distance. I'm trying to just survive. I'm trying to just move forward. And it is hard, guys. It is hard. I said in my last video that, and the title there was to basically trust in God no matter what is going on in your life. And I'm telling you now, it's not easy. It's not easy to do. Even last night, I wanted to give up. Even last night, I wanted not to do what I'm doing now. But it's the enemy trying to keep you down, trying to keep you from moving forward, trying to keep you from finding out that you can do it. That even though you are the underdog, there is something that you have. There is something that it's in you that someone else can use to realize and know that no matter what's going on, if he can do it, I can do it. It's funny, to encourage yourself is a difficult thing. Most of us look for other people to encourage us, but sometimes there's no one next to us, no one behind us, no one's in front of us to encourage us. Sometimes we have people that can't even encourage themselves, that all they do is talk negativity. So it's hard for them to encourage someone else. It's funny because I read yesterday in 1 Samuel 30, chapter 30, verse 6, that David had to encourage himself in the Lord. And that's what we have to do. We have to encourage ourselves in order for us to be able to move forward. Even though that the situation calls for us to just want to give up. Word has power. And if you're constantly telling yourself that you can't do certain things, then that's exactly what your mind tends to believe. Your mind is a powerful tool. And without your mind, your body is not going to function. But if you can believe that no matter what's going on, you're going to be able to succeed, your body has no choice but to believe what your mind is telling it to do. I can actually tell you that that's true. 2013, I made the decision that I was going to change my attitude of who I was, how I was, and overall, I was also going to change the way that I looked. I weighed 429 pounds in 2013. I made a decision, and I asked God if he would allow me to have the job that I was applying for, that I would do what I needed to do to change my thinking. And that's the power of word. I said it, I believed it, I followed through, and in 6 months I was able to lose 80 pounds. And the picture that you guys see in the beginning of this video, hopefully you'll be able to see it, it's me in a race called the American Mudder. It was tough, guys. It was tough to do the things that I did. It was tough to make a program for myself and follow it. But I did it. Did I go through problems? There's days where I wanted to give up? Yeah. But the following day I got up and did twice the work because I was lazy and didn't do what I wanted to do or what I needed to do the day that I needed to do it. But I punished myself the following day. I made, took an extra 15 minutes, an extra 30 minutes to make up for what I lost. And that's what you need to do. You need to encourage yourself just like David. You need to say positive things to yourself so that your mind can believe what you're saying and you overall can follow through on the things that you need to do. When I say there is power in word, I'm saying it because I was doing that in the beginning of 2013, and I wasn't living the life that I'm living now or trying to live now, but I did have God in my heart because God has always been there. It's been a big part of my life since I was born. But only now I'm trying to incorporate it, and only now I'm trying to read and get to know Him. So you guys can do this. Just wake up in the morning, talk to God, ask God to help you. Encourage yourself in God so that way you can do the things that you need to do. Living the life of a Christian, it's not easy, guys. When you decide to do that, all kinds of stuff are going to happen. All kinds of stuff are going to happen, like it or not. It's a roller coaster of different things that are going to happen, and it's a test. And know that what's happening needs to happen in order for you to be able to move forward. Some of the things that happen with us that we don't understand, just like what's happening to me that I don't understand. If I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do, if I am obviously following God and letting myself be lead by God, why is it that I'm still going through things even now as I speak? But only He knows that. And I can't give up. I got to trust in Him. I got to move forward and believe that He knows better than me, and that I need to do what I need to do regardless of what's happening around me, and just have faith in Him. And that's what I'm trying to do, guys. It's another day. There's power in word, guys. There is power in word. Believe that. There's a scene in the movie where in Rocky, the first Rocky, where Adrian and Rocky go to the skating ring, and as they're skating, Rocky tells Adrian that his dad told him that he needed to do something with his body because his brain, wasn't good enough. That's his dad, person who you think that would encourage you. And even as an adult, he is still talking about that. That means that word affected him. And Adrian turns around and said, funny, my mom said the same thing about me, but she said that I needed to read more books and to get smart because my body wasn't going to be good enough. Again, she's an adult and she's still carrying that word from her mom. So yes, guys, there's power in word. Those two adults are still carrying something that they couldn't let go because their parents told them that. It's crazy. And then Rocky turns around and he said, we're meant for each other. I'm dumb and you're shy. Speaking negativity about themselves. It's not good. You need to speak positivity to yourself. You need to encourage yourself so that way you can believe what you're saying, and also so you can walk the path that was meant for you. Even if things are falling apart, look for the positive in between those things. Those negative things that are happening, look for the positive. Look for the positive. If you look for the positive, you'll forget about the negative. And you can only come out it better because you are looking through it in a positive way. And then and at the same time, what you're doing is you're basically letting the enemy know, it doesn't matter what you do to me. I'm going to trust that things are going to get better because you are trying to believe that there's a positive out of all this negativity. I speak that to you guys and I tell you guys that because it's what I'm trying to incorporate in my life now. And even before I decided to do what I'm doing now, I was doing that before in the beginning of 2013 and I saw the outcome. I ended up losing 180 pounds, guys. 6 months, 80 pounds, a year, 135. And almost when I got to the second year, I was at 180 pounds that I lost. It was something that I said I was going to do. I followed through. And I said positive things to myself and encouraged myself. Every day I was out there jogging. Every day I was working out. Every day that I did everything that I knew that I couldn't do before, but I knew that I was capable of doing it now because I kept saying positive things to myself. Today, I weigh 75 pounds. I gained a couple pounds. But when everything was all said and done, I went down to 250 exact. So, power of word, guys. Power of word. What you say to yourself means a lot. And if you say it to yourself, your mind will believe it. Your body will believe it. Your heart will believe it. But you have to speak it. And you have to have faith upon it. And you have to believe it. And it's going to happen. It has to happen. If you surround yourself with positive people, you're going to become positive. If you surround yourself with positive things, Positive things will happen to you. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen. Trust me, I can say that. I did that. And things happen now, and I'm trying to incorporate all these things right now, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. It is not easy. I'm still going through things even so right now as I speak with you guys. I am still having issues, even though I'm trying to live right. But I'm going to speak positive to myself. I'm going to believe that God is behind what's happening, and that the things that are happening, they're not just happening because they're happening. It's because God ordained them. And there's something that has to come out of this. Guys, if you are the underdog, believe that you're not going to be the underdog for long. Believe that things are going to happen. I am the underdog, but I'm believing that I'm going to come out of this. You guys have a blessed day.